Hey True Believers, Englentine here. Seems like about 24 hours from this recording, I did a review for a book called Multiple Man, where I said this just proves Marvel just doesn't care anymore. They do not care about making good comics. And then Sentry came with a little bit of humble pie. I am not a Sentry fan, so I wasn't looking forward to this. I have no expectations of it. It's here. I should get used to it. Sure, I know he's not going anywhere. The character's made, done. Okay, the cover, by the way, is definitely a Superman ripoff. Kind of boring, but it's not bad, I guess. It's just meh. So anyway, these are the people we have to blame for it. And yeah, so it's Jeff Lemire writing. And we get usual Jeff Lemire writing, whatever that entitles or entails to you. So the book starts out, and yeah, I'm going to do a little spoilers here. Not a lot, but there will be some spoilers, so be careful if you haven't read this yet. The book starts off, and it's an older Sentry, looks worn down, and he's saying that there's a place he has to go, kind of in his mind, where he has to keep the darkness at bay, and it's a literal darkness, not just, oh, my insides, they're dark, and I have to defeat them. When he goes into this world, though, he's Sentry, the buff, muscles everywhere kind of guy, but when he's out in the real world, he's just Joe Schmo. And he's got the beer gut and the beard, the whole 9 yards. And this is actually done very well. This is a guy whose powers and whose existence as a superhero has basically ruined his life. Because at least once every 24 hours, he has to go into this little room in his mind that he has to get to, and it's kind of weird. It's dimensional space, but it's in him, and he's got to get there, and he's got to fight this creature every 24 hours, so he doesn't really have a life. He can't go anywhere. He's got a dead-end job, and we see this, that he's not only got himself, but his ex-sidekick and his, I guess, ex-girlfriend. I'm not up on Sentry. I never really cared about the character, so I never delved into it and learned much. So what I know about him is maybe from 2 stories, and none of them were his story, so he was always just there as a prop. So what I have learned has been from this book, and it's given me a lot of character. So that's definitely a positive. I have to praise the book for that. And it's actually a lot of fun, guys. This is going to be a positive review. Gear up for that. And that's why I said that this book came with humble pie, because I was trashing Marvel over the Multiple Man. And then they go and do this. Now, here is my big question. I'm going to throw it back at Marvel. I'm not going to let them off the hook. If they know that books like this can be made, and Thanos can be made, or Daredevil, why are they doing this? Why are they doing the crap? They may say, well, some books aren't for some people. Well, everybody likes a good book. That's why they're good. The classics are classics, and everybody loves them because they're written well, they're drawn well. And it amazes me that while you know how to make a book like this, shit like Thor is still happening. It just blows my mind. It really does. So, once again, this book gives us a hell of a lot of character. You learn about Sentry, or Bob as he has to go by in the real world. You learn about his friend and ex-sidekick who has lost an arm. You learn everybody's motivations. You just know what makes them tick. You get a feeling for the life that they're living and how they feel about the lives that they're living. This is how you do an issue 1. Because as all of that happens, they are still setting up for the next issue. It is possible to do comics well, and this book is pretty damn good. Jeff Lemire can put together a story, man. This is proof of it. It's like I said, it kind of pisses me off that books like this exist at Marvel, because and mind you, I love the fact that it does. And I like the fact that they started up. Finally, Fresh Start has a book I can point to and I can say, guys, that's the one you should buy. And I honestly didn't have a book I could do that. Venom was okay. It was good, but god dang it, they're messing up with Venom. So I was not into it. That's the only thing I ever thought about. Maybe I should go back and check it out again. Otherwise, at best, I could say, hey, that was all right. That wasn't bad. Thor sucked, you know, or Doctor Strange sucked. Both of them did, you know. I mean, that's been my reaction to Fresh Start. It just didn't seem so fresh. Now I read Sentry, a character that I had no interest in. It's done well. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe because this was not exactly the big name of the Fresh Start, that Jeff Lemire could do whatever he wanted with them. And so he came up with something that feels fresh, something that seems like, okay, you know what? We've kind of seen this kind of thing before, but not really, and not in this way. It kind of gave me a sense of the old Miracle Man series from Alan Moore. So I was digging this book. I was into it. I'm thinking, okay, I like this. I want to see more. I want to see more of Bob, much less the Sentry. That's the part that really gets me. A guy who looks like and is a run-down diner cook who actually has the power to snap the planet. That is interesting to me. You know, for some reason, that's what appeals to me about this book, is that it's kind of like the whole Superman is all-powerful, yet he does good always, no matter what. He will always err on the side of good, and always helps people rather than tries to control them. There really isn't much I can say else about the plot and the story. It really is. This book is really that simple. That he is a bum in real life, a superhero in this shadow world where he's protecting the Earth from his own demons. There is this part where you find out that he's being watched by the government, that they don't trust him because of all the power that he has, and the fact that the only reason he's free is because he is going into this dimension every day to protect the Earth. Now we have Misty Knight who's talking to him, and I do have to say this was an odd choice. Look at the bottom panel. Misty Knight has her arms over her shoulders in this Wakanda forever kind of way. And it's just absolutely not necessary. It's like in the middle of a conversation, she just decided to do that, and it doesn't fit. It was that's the one problem I saw with the art, and it was just distractingly bad. It was just a distractingly bad choice in the art. She never does that for any other panel. It was just that one time, and I saw it, and I was like, why? Why are the arms stretched like that? What's going on? Maybe I missed something you guys could tell me, but it really just looked like, you know what? It looked like Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know. You know, he kept raising them up in front of him during the interviews because he didn't know. It looks like she's doing that. I got to tell you, Sentry, and my hands are going up. What do I do? You know, it just didn't fit. It's just a weird art choice, something I couldn't get behind, in all honesty. But once again, it's a deceptively simple story because this book truly focuses on character and more than the plot. You know, I guess I could put it that way. So congratulations, Marvel. You brought out the Sentry. I can only imagine to counteract Brian Michael Bendis being on Superman. I just hope, unlike Superman, Brian Michael Bendis' run where he did one good issue and then tanked the others, so far anyway, I really hope this keeps up. I hope this isn't a turn where we're going to get one good issue and then it's going to fall. I hope it keeps this Marvel Man sort of vibe to it. I want to see this character run down trying to save the world as in his mind as a true superhero. It's an interesting book to me so far. Please don't go the BMB way. And Jeff, keep writing your ass off. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? What did you think of the Sentry? Did you buy it? Did you think, I ain't picking up that crap? If you have bought it, tell me if you agree or you disagree, if you liked it as much as I did, or if you think, it was okay, I just don't see what you see in it. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you know the drill. Click like, Click share, get the word out about the channel. And don't forget to hit subscribe and notifications. Sometimes YouTube actually does their job and notifies the people that want those things. Anyway, this is also the way of trying to make a living. So if you don't mind helping the channel out, go on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. For less than the price of a candy bar, you can help us out. Plus, we give patron-only content, so you get back. It's not like it's not just a donation. We're working for a living. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.